Alright, is everything finally working now? Is the internet going to cut out again? Hate that garbage. No reason for it. Absolutely no reason for it. Alright. So I think everything is working A-okay unless that screws up again. Oh wow, is it actually... Okay. I'm going to move this. Alright. Alright, what's up everyone? Janitor Jake here, and as per usual, give me a minute to get everything situated and figure it out, and I will get going with the live stream. Hopefully my phone doesn't die here. But I will get going here in a smidge bit. Check 1, 2. Hurry up. Check 1, 2. It's a really bad delay. Alright, just wanted to make sure that the audio sounds fine. I think it is. I got that muted, so everything is good. Alright. Alright, I think everything should be good to go. Matt gave a good old thumbs up. Alright, so I'm assuming Matt will hop in here in a little bit. So without further ado, let's just hop along Cassidy, shall we? So, what's up everyone? Janitor Jake here, and today I am going to be playing good old Donkey Kong for the Colecovision, this time on the Colecovision. Yesterday, I ended up going through and playing through Donkey Kong on the actual Atari 2600. Now, this is, from what I gather, this is supposed to be the superior version to that. Obviously, the best version is the version that came out in the arcade. I don't know a lot about the history, but from what I gathered, Nintendo created the arcade game of Donkey Kong. ColecoVision liked it and was like, hey, we want the rights to put it over on our console. But for some weird reason, it ended up also on Atari, but I don't believe Atari actually made Donkey Kong for the Atari. From what I gather, it seems like Coleco actually produced and made the game and put it out on Atari, which is why I was talking to Matt yesterday in the chat about how I was wondering if the reason why it looks so poo-poo on the Atari is because ColecoVision wanted it to look bad on the Atari, so people would go out and get the ColecoVision version. Do not own the box, however, I do own the manual, and one of the things that I noticed is I also own the manual for the Atari version, and this version you can do 1 or 2 players, and you can also select different difficulty settings, so you can do like game 1, 2, 3, or 4 for single player, and then games 1, 2, 3, and 4 for 2 player. And that's hilarious, because Atari, they took out the 2-player aspect, and they took out the different skill levels. And just by looking at the pictures in the manual, it's like there's so much more going on. Like the oil barrel actually has fire and stuff, and you get an extra screen. Like the Atari version only had 2 screens, but this apparently has like a third one. So I've never played it before, so I guess without further ado, we're going to pop the puppy in and get going. And this game did come out. The game was released August of 1982, and apparently and allegedly, it was packaged in with the actual ColecoVision. So when you bought the ColecoVision, this was the game that came packaged with it. I should test something. Alright, that looks like that's working. Alright, so without further ado, let's get going, shall we? There we go, ColecoVision. Because I just love like the colors. I love how colorful the ColecoVision was. Presents Nintendo's Donkey Kong. So right here, you can do the different skill levels. Skill level 1, 2, 3, or 4. Which the Atari, you couldn't even do that. So I guess here we go. Look at that. Right off the bat, look at that. The oil barrel actually has fire in it. And listen to that too. There's music playing. Hold on. I don't like these controls though, I'll tell you that. Holy cow. Listen to all the music. I do not believe there's any music like this in the Atari version. Wow, this game is so much better than the Atari version. That's crazy. But like I said before, I'm not a fan of the Colecovision control pad. Because it's not... Whoa, okay. That was a weird little glitch. And so, of course, like a lot of Atari games and Coleco and older games at this time, everything was pretty much point-based. So... Whoops. Yeah, I wish I had an actual joystick, because this I am not a fan of. Really not a fan of that. But I think it's so awesome. Like, number one, the graphics look really awesome. The music, like, there's not only music during the actual gameplay, but you get music during the hammer sequence, too, which is really awesome. Uh-oh. Lucky. And one thing, too, that I noticed is you actually have... The score counts down like it did in the Atari version, but this one, it actually keeps track of your score, like how many points you get. Like right there, I got 300 points for smashing the barrel. Mario's girlfriend actually has a lot more design to her. And Donkey Kong looks awesome, too. Like, just the sprite for Donkey Kong looks great. I don't like how slow he moves. Oh, get up there. Oh, I was lucky. Whoa, and this looks completely different, too. Oh, yeah, and that's in the manual. It talked about how there's, like, extra things you can pick up. Whoa, get out of there. I don't want to get that. Ah, shoot. Because you can't jump with the hammer. I want to get some extra points. Wow, this game is like... This one really... Definitely seemed like they made it a little bit more tough. But yeah, like, in this game now, all of a sudden, it said in the manual you can, like, collect... Like, her purse and her hat and stuff. Come here. What the heck? I can't... Okay. Well, I got him. But, like, yeah, in the Atari version, you could not collect the umbrella, you could not collect the purse, you could not collect the hat, or anything like that, so... Which is really interesting. Oh. Oh, I'm running out of time. Holy cow. Too much screwing around, huh? Alright, look at that. And here's one of the other differences, too. In the Atari version, there was not the screen. They only had two screens. Oh, no. Should have jumped. This is awesome, though. Yeah, this game is far superior. Totally blew the Atari version out of the water. But like I said, during my playthrough of the actual Atari game, I feel like if ColecoVision actually made it, I feel like they purposefully ruined it. Darn it. I wonder, I'm not exactly sure. I'd really have to go back and look. But I wonder if this is the first example of a video game that I own that's an actual platformer game. Shoot. Because I don't remember ever platforming before. Alright, well I died, so... Definitely a lot harder than the Atari version, but I think a lot of it stems from the controls. With the Atari, you actually had a joystick, and this is like more like a little tiny knob. And so trying to control this, I don't like it. I'm not a fan of using your thumb and trying to grab it like this. If I could like slap on a joystick, then it would be a lot easier to do. But it definitely seems a lot more difficult though. So I should be able to hit asterisk and start over. There we go. But yeah, this is like definitely a lot closer to the original arcade port. And of course, I like to get the hammer because, like I mentioned before, with a lot of these older Atari titles and Colecovision titles, everything was mostly based off of actually getting the points. And so it wasn't just about like, oh, hurry up and try to beat it. It was like, well, no, you try to max out your point count. But I do know on the next stage, I really do have to get through there, though. I didn't realize how fast I was running out of time. It is definitely a lot harder than the actual Atari version, though. I don't like that you can't just touch the hat. And he also moves up the ladder pretty slow. I don't remember him going up that slow up the ladder in the Atari version. I wonder if there's like any kind of weird tricky nonsense I could do. Yeah, it's got like this weird, I don't know. Get out of there. Darn it. I like too that you can actually fall down, like in the Atari version. You just like, you paused in mid-air when you stepped on a hole. It's so tough, like, using your thumb like this. Oh, I was talking about lucky. Alright, now I need to sit here and just be patient. Oh, what sucks is they're gonna show up right when that's gonna run out. Darn it. Definitely a lot tougher. Holy smoke. And it's a completely different design, too. I don't know why I jumped over that, but whatever. Wasn't not paying attention. Alright, pick up the purse. There you go. There you go. And I'm trying to use my thumb, too, with the, this control pad, and it's so goofy. Puts a lot of pressure on your thumb. Wonder if you can run... Holy, I didn't mean to do that. He does jump a lot farther than I'm used to. Wow, I did terrible. It didn't even make it to the third screen. Try it again. This is one of those games like I was talking about yesterday with Donkey Kong for the Atari. I really did have to concentrate a lot and not talk if I wanted to get decently far. But man, like, even this one is kind of being like, I can't, it's so hard, like, holding this thing. And once I finally get to the baseball game and I can change up controllers, I'm gonna do that. I forgot the name of the baseball game now. Alright, jump. There you go. Alright, here we go. This is where things get tricky. And Matt says, well, how does it compare? It's definitely a lot more colorful and a lot more... It's a lot better than the Atari version, definitely. But it is also a heck of a lot harder. Like, I'm struggling just on this stage alone. That's right, I wanted to see if I could run... Oh, if you touch Donkey Kong, you die. So you can't even go by him. Crazy. But yeah, it's definitely a lot tougher than the Atari version. And here, everything, like I talked about in the Atari version, the flames being, like, jittery and very sporadic. But, like, here, it's like they just go crazy. Uh-oh. I gotta get... I didn't realize I was on a spawn point. There's like a flame spawning right there. Is it because of the controllers? Yeah, I would say definitely one... Having the controllers be the way they are definitely adds to the challenge. I wonder how many lives you get. I've already died a few times. Ugh, and I'm trying to hold to the right. It's not registering proper. And I said to jump, and he didn't jump. Yeah, it's definitely a pain in the butt. Holy smoke. But I mean, look at that. Like, the fire in the oil barrel. It's so awesome, like, because the Atari had nothing like that. And Donkey Kong legit looks like a monkey, an ape, a gorilla. Looks like Donkey Kong. Whereas the Atari, they just made it look like garbage. Uh-oh. Come on now. Yeah, I almost wonder if you have to be holding to the right before you jump. Because I tried jumping and pushing to the right, and he did not respond accordingly. I'm going to hit reset once. Because I forgot, I want to keep an eye on the lives. And this is game mode 1, too, by the way. I would say that's the only thing about the Atari version that I liked, was that it was a lot easier. This one seems like it's a lot more difficult. Well, I guess they were also making it like the actual arcade version. Alright, here we go. You gonna sneak back that way? There you go. Okay, or be cheap. See, like right there, I told him to go up, but I was like just off, and now I gotta try to... Oh, man. It's so hard with these controls. And I feel like now I'm just like playing worse and worse and worse. But visually and sound-wise, it's far superior to the Atari port. That's gonna end soon. Oh my gosh! I'd say if you want an easy version of Donkey Kong, Atari is where it's at. But then again, if I had a controller like the Atari controller, it would probably be a lot better. I should glue something on here. I should glue a stick onto this thing. Have you played any of... Hold on. Have you played any of Sega's Atari games yet? I thought I played one not long ago. I have to look at it now. Carnival. Well, that was for the Colecovision, though. But Carnival was a Sega game. Get up there! Like, he won't... He wouldn't even go up there. So you gotta be perfect. But yeah, Carnival is a game that was made by Sega. And I do have Carnival for the Atari 2600, so... Talk about lucky. See, oh my gosh, he just does that. I push down, and he's like, I'm just gonna waddle off to the right. Like, I have to hold it like this, like dainty. I have to be dainty with the controls. Like, use my thumb and forefinger to push it like an idiot. Well, that's weird, you can pull up on it. I feel like I have to be like really rough with the controls, and I hate that. So I don't want to ruin the controller. Like, that's what like the controller is doing this crap. It's like flipping out of my hand. I know. It's because you made me mad. These controls suck. I hate these things. And maybe it's just bad for this game, because I didn't have a problem when I played Carnival. When I played Carnival, it was fine. But anyway, I was thinking before, too, I wonder if it's, oh yeah, gonna be tough getting to the kill screen on, yeah, definitely, if it's gonna be like that. And now it's not gonna want to turn on anymore. Knock it off and turn on. Yeah, so whenever that baseball game, I have it, but I keep missing it. Like, every time I see the baseball game, I'm like, where is it? Oh, there it is. And now I can't find it. But there's a baseball game that came out for the Colecovision, and they released their own specific controllers with it. And those controllers, I call them the Halo controllers, because they look like the guns from the video game Halo. Oh, there it is. Super Action Baseball, way down there. Have I watched the controller episode of GameSack yet? Is that an older one? Some of the stuff too, like that, like what? I don't know. Some of the hit detection in here is really wonky. I do like that though. Like in the Atari version, you could have like the barrels and stuff slip through the hammers, and you could still take damage. But anyway, no, with the GameSack episode, I have not seen that one yet. Where he talks about the striker controller that you gave me, that we traded. Yeah, right there. It's like I was trying to get him to go to the right, and he stands there. Controllers are definitely bad for this game. I'm actually legit thinking about pulling out the other controllers and trying them. Huh. Yeah, it's the newest one, huh? No, I haven't seen it. That's the other thing, too, like, Mario. The color of his clothes are red and blue. I don't remember what Mario's colors were in the actual Atari version. I thought were they like red and brown, or were they red and blue? Maybe black. Maybe it was red and black. Right here is where it gets wonky. Alright. See if can I actually make it to screen 3? And last time when I actually did make it to the 3rd screen, I just about died. Because I ran out of time. I almost ran out of time because of that, trying to be careful. But anyway, that was another difference that I already mentioned earlier, but like, you can actually collect things. Like, you collect her stuff. Uh-oh. If they... Like, that's cheap. That's so cheap. I shouldn't even have grabbed that. Because of this. I would have died anyway. He hates the striker controller? Weird. Yeah, I'll have to check it out and see why he hates it so much. But then again, all my controls, like, a lot of the buttons and stuff are sticky, or some of them don't respawn very well because how old they are, but the striker controller being... Oh, I forgot, you can't touch him. But the striker controlling being basically brand new. I like it a lot, so... And that's the thing, like, I can't screw around too much in this area either. Simply because of, the points counting down. But it's like you really do have to really take your sweet little time in here. And I wasn't sure if he was going to backtrack or what he was going to do. Alright, I'm actually going to try to switch out controls because this is ridiculous. Not fun playing with that thing. And I wanted to wait to use this, but I think I'm going to do it just for an experiment. Plus I get to see if it actually works. This is what I was talking about, this thing. The Halo controller, because like that's what it looked like. The gun from Halo. So we'll see. We'll see if this actually makes a difference. Like I said, I wanted to wait to actually use this because, like, in actually 1982, that's what I would have had to use is that controller. So, this is the Super Action controller for use with Super Action Baseball. Baseball? Alright, so... Oh, that's weird. Maybe this controller's broke, I don't know. There's like a really bad delay, or it's broke. I have to push up, he's not doing nothing. Now he's only going to the left. Now he ain't doing nothing at all. And every once in a while I can get him to jump. I don't know if it's the controls. If the controller itself is all wonky and messed up. I mean, it was working fine earlier. He was actually, like, going to the right. Now I can't get him to do anything. I guess I'll have to officially test it out with Super Action Baseball. But then again, like I said, the control itself could be shot because no one ever liked actually taking care of their stuff. So, I don't know, unless it's something where I just got to get used to this thing and just wear it down so much to where it's a lot easier to move around. But I don't know, Donkey Kong for the Colecovision seems like the overall best version besides the actual arcade. It's like far superior to the Atari. However, just the controls make it so stinking rotten difficult. And like I said, the hit detection can be kind of weird. Like, at least when I use the hammer, it seems like it's always hitting, unlike the Atari, where sometimes it would, like, sneak through. But then again, there's some weird times where I'm, like, pushing it. Like, okay, come on. I'm trying to jump into the hammer, and he won't grab the hammer. It's like you can't jump directly into the hammer, you almost have to jump at it from an angle. But it is cool seeing like how the hammer is even green, like the hammer itself has a different color. And I don't know what the next Sega game would be. I'm trying to go up the ladder too, by the way. Just go up there. Don't be stupid. Go down. Holy cow, am I actually gonna make it? Ooh, probably not. Well, I might get lucky here. Holy cow, there we go. Finally. Finally. Now, this is what I was saying before. I'm not sure, but this might be the very first example of a platforming game that I actually own. I don't remember playing a game where I had to actually platform. And I pushed to the right, too, to tell him to jump, and he wouldn't do it. I'm not even going to try collecting that stuff. I'm just going to do this. Okay, or don't have that count, then forget it. So you do... I gotta wait for him. Yeah, there's like this weird delay. I don't know how to explain it, like a weird delay with the controls. It's like if you try to like jump and then jump again, if I try to jump to the right, like jump to the right, he'll jump to the right and then jump straight up, like you almost have to stop. And this, I couldn't even make it past this part. The first time I got here, this is where I was stuck at. He would not, for the life of himself, go anywhere else. Matt says, I always thought Colecovision and Intellivision controls were dumb. Yeah, they definitely... Now that, what? That didn't count? That's garbage. That's stupid. Yeah, I never played the Intellivision, but I know they have like a disc, which is, I heard was pretty stupid. I know the nerd, Angry Video Game Nerd, was not a fan of the disc. I don't even care about points anymore, I just want to get past. I'm surprised that didn't hit me. That's a... yeah. Mario goes so slow up the ladders. Whereas, like, the fireballs can just, like, fly up and down the ladders like no problem. Holy cow, I can't believe I did that. Alright, finally, here we go. Let me guess, damage, right? I'm surprised I actually made it past there. Now what am I supposed to do here? Because he's gonna come down and pinch me. Like, if I could pull this off, it would be great. Holy cow, am I actually gonna do it? Am I actually gonna be able to do this? I can't believe I did that. I can't believe I did that. Whoa, wait a minute, it never took me back. It did not take me back to the first screen, it brought me right back to the rivet screen. I wonder why I did that. Interesting. Great. Because now I'm going to get pinched because he can't walk past Donkey Kong. Hurry up and go somewhere. Good, you want to do this? Sit here then. Alright. You watched the AVG and Irate Gamer crossover? Yeah, I watched it. It was alright. But then again, I'm not really a huge, massive fan of the new AVG and stuff. I'm a huge fan of the old original stuff. I don't know. For me personally, I just love the aesthetic and the feel of how the old episodes were, and just seeing the new stuff. I was talking to Chris about that. Watching his new stuff feels more like a review, whereas like his old stuff felt more like you're watching a character react to these different games. It was like I wasn't watching it for the games, I was watching it for the character of the nerd. Whereas now it feels like it seems to be more catered towards the actual games themselves. But yeah, I watched the Irate Gamer and Nerd crossover, and like I said, it was alright. It's kind of boring. Obviously, the nerd barely did anything. He just did a little cameo appearance. And I always liked the Irate Gamer, too, from like his old stuff back in the day. Even when he did his Ghostbusters review with like Ernie Hudson, it felt really really lame. I don't know. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Oh yeah, the Home Alone one, where he actually got Macaulay Culkin to show up. And that's the thing too, like, it's like, oh man, he got Macaulay Culkin, but then if like you look at Macaulay Culkin, like when he was appearing on the nerd stuff, he was actually appearing on like a lot of different shows on the internet, like just making appearances all over the place. Alright, I'm going to pick a different game. I'm going to go with game number 2. You know what, I might just go with game number 4. Screw it. Let's see how tough this one is. See if anything's like a lot faster. Those definitely look like they're a lot faster now. Like, I'm not even going to bother with trying to smash them with the hammer. After playing this now, I really want to go out and get, at least for the Atari. I don't know if it came out on Coleco, but I'm assuming it probably did. But I really want the original Mario Brothers for Atari. Oh, they got more fireballs, so 2 of them spawned from right there. What was that, slowdown? Felt like the game just lagged out. Like there's too many sprites on screen. That's hilarious. Lucky. I'm so glad you can just step on that one. Oh boy, that's really fast. Holy cow. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Oh yeah, Mario for the 5200. Yeah, I only own one 5200 game, and that's Pac-Man. Oh, I wish you could like change up in mid-air. Darn it. And that's the thing that makes it kind of hard too, is comparing the ColecoVision to the Atari 2600. It's like almost kind of wrong, because when the ColecoVision came out, I don't know when did the 5200 came out? I'm pretty sure it was November of '82. So obviously the ColecoVision blew the Atari 2600 out of the water, but Atari did have a competitor. It was the 5200. Atari brought in the 5200 to try to put the ColecoVision to shame. So that would have been really cool to compare the 5200 to the ColecoVision and see the difference. But I don't own a 5200, and I don't own an Intellivision either. Now I just want to see how long I can survive this. But that's what I would say This game would be super awesome. It definitely poses a challenge, but I think it would be the superior version of Donkey Kong for the home consoles up to this point, with one exception, and that is the controllers. The Colecovision controls are trash. At least for doing a platforming game like this. And like I said, I don't remember, but I don't know if you remember. But do you think this is the first example of a platforming game, at least that I own? Because I can't think of any other game that I would have played that would be a platformer. I haven't made it to Pitfall yet, so I can't say that. Most of them had been like, even a game like Berserk, that's just running around shooting stuff. And that's how most of everything was just going around shooting things. Every game that I was pretty much playing was a shooter. I should not have gone back. I think that's why it was so popular. Being a platforming game, you think that's why it was so popular? I said to jump! Now it's just... It looks like a spaceship. Her hat. And that's the thing, too. Everyone keeps calling her Pauline. Like, I understand Pauline, fine, whatever, that's her name. But at least according to the Atari manual and the ColecoVision manual, it was just Mario's girlfriend. So I wonder if her name was Pauline in the actual arcade. But if that's the case, then they should have still called Mario Jumpman if they're going to be like that. Oh, that was close. Did you hear that? They wanted to act like the game thought I actually fell down, and it even played the falling sound effect. Hurry up and climb up the ladder. Weird. It's like every once in a while it feels like there's a little bit of lag going on. That was close. Alright, not doing too shabby this time. I do have to hurry up and get up there so I can do this before the fire shows up right away. Jeez. Like right there, he won't go... Oh my gosh. Go down. You have to be pixel perfect. Oh, being one of the first platformer games is what made it popular. Nice. Beautiful. Yeah, I wasn't sure if there was any other platformer games up to this point, even though, I don't own them, but I was almost wondering if there were other platformer games that came out. It's interesting, too, that they kick you back to just repeat those two levels. The rivet level, they call it, and then this one. I'm surprised they don't take you back to the first screen. Oh, they do! Okay, well here we go. That's weird. So, you got screen 1, screen 2, screen 3, and then when you beat screen 3, they kick you back to screen 2. And then if you beat screen 2, they kick you back to screen 3, and then if you beat that, then you can go back to screen 1. That's really weird. And in the original arcade, didn't the fireballs pop out of the oil barrel down there? I thought in the arcade they actually pop, like the flames on you could get flames in this stage, but they would come out of that barrel of that oil. Bad timing. Surprised he did that. Alright, come on now. And that's the thing, I want to use the hammer and I want to try to smash up all the barrels and stuff like that to rack up the points, but it's like I can't even see all the screens. The game is tough. Pretty tough in the noogies. Platformers on the Atari 2600, Donkey Kong Jr., Q*bert, Smurfs, Kangaroo, Pitfall, Miner 40, to name a few. Alright, so yeah, apparently I don't have any other games that were actually platformers then. Crazy. Alright, I think I'm going to give it one more shot here. I haven't even been paying attention to my score. Just because I've been trying to actually survive to see how, like, the screens wrap around. But yeah, apparently, like, I saw a little bit of a Donkey Kong kill screen, but I guess it was with the original arcade, and apparently it was, like, super duper tough to get up this the screen, kill screen 22 or whatever. It's like I can only imagine how, like, tough that would be, especially if this is, like, easy in comparison to the arcade. Darn it! But I don't. That's the other thing I was thinking about too. Is I was wondering. I can't remember if the Atari version actually had music or not. I don't think it did. I think all you heard was his feet. But it is really cool that the Colecovision actually did put the music in there. I wonder. Nope. Can't climb up that ladder. It's funny that they still put the ladders in there where Donkey Kong is supposed to climb up. Fun. Anyway, that was good old Donkey Kong for the ColecoVision. Like I said before, graphically, way better than the Atari. Sound-wise, way better than the Atari. And if you're looking for more of a challenge, it's obviously a little bit more of a challenge than the Atari was. I do, however, like with the Atari, with the gameplay aspect, that it did start off very, very basic, and you gradually increased in difficulty. It made it feel like I could actually play it. Whereas this feels really, really tough to me. And I think the main reason for it being tough is strictly the control pad. The actual controller they used for the ColecoVision does not work very well on platforming games. Using it for games like Carnival, I just go left to right, and that's it. And I shoot and I fire. Everything's fine. Even Cosmic Avenger, it was very smooth moving up and down. You could even go left to right, whatever, and then you'd fire your bombs. That even was simple. But trying to control a platformer, at least this game, I don't know if there's any other platformers. Maybe Mario, if Mario Brothers came out on ColecoVision, I don't know if it did. But if there are other platformer games that came out on the ColecoVision, I'm wondering if the controls were better utilized for this actual controller. But this game in particular, Donkey Kong, does not work very well with the Colecovision controller. Like I said, I wish I could take a joystick, slap it on top of here, and actually be able to control it better. I feel like I could control it better if I had a joystick right there. But because they just put a little knob here that you either got to use your thumb for, which this is super duper stiff, I guess I got to go to the gym more often, huh? Work on my grip so I can actually have thumb muscles. But anyway, I think I don't know. It's hard to say because I almost feel like I like the gameplay better on the Atari 2600, but that's like really the only thing. If they would have taken the gameplay element of making it really simple at the beginning and gradually increase the difficulty, this game would be absolutely amazing. And if I could use the Atari joystick instead, this game would be awesome and far superior to the Atari, which Donkey Kong on ColecoVision in pretty much every other way is far superior, with the exception of using the actual controller. And I'm wondering if I could use my Sega Genesis controller. I probably could, but during the time, it's like this was, as far as I know, the only controller available. So, otherwise, I liked it. I thought it was fun. It definitely added a lot more of a challenge, but I wish I had a different controller. So, other than that, the next game is actually going to be on the Atari, and that is another iMagic game, and that is going to be Firefighter. So I have Firefighter for the Atari 2600 coming up. So with that being said, I think I'm going to take off. So, man, thanks for stopping by and hitting up the chat. It's always fun. But like I said, I'm going to skedaddle. So whatever. I'm Janitor Jake, and I will see you guys next time.